You're listening to the Reluctant Adult Podcast. If you like what you're hearing, follow us on social media and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the way.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million.
This week from the internet, Hasbro promises to build a wall in the streets of Mos Eisley and expects the Jawas to pay for it. Plus, if loose lips sink ships, then Hasbro just made a Titanic reveal with their Secret Wars-inspired collection of Marvel Legends. And he's the ghost with the most toys! Fans are dying to pick up the latest Beetlejuice collectibles from NECA and Mezco. Nobody snuggles with max power. You strap yourself in and feel the G's. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Don't you be a dummy! Buckle your safety belt! Think, Billy. It's morphin' time!
Ooh, welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who is absolutely pulsating with excitement, Bill!
Hi, everyone. That's right. I'm pulsing so hard.
I'm Hasbro Pulsing.
I'm pulsating.
Pulsating.
We're not pulsating.
We're not pulsating. It was not Pulse Con. It was Pulse Con. Totally different. Totally different things. I don't feel like this year had as much excitement leading into the event as it did last year. And
Or the year prior. I think years prior, yeah.
Well, I don't even recall before last year. I just remember last year because we knew that Dan Larson and Thu from the fan community for the first time were going to host. And I felt like there were weeks leading up of them promoting it, and it was just like exciting to think about it. And then this year, we knew that Jordan Hembrow was going to host, and he's like Hollywood Hembrow, as they call him.
Whoa.
So that wasn't like, but then like less than a week before the event, Dan Larson announces that he is also returning to host. So I don't know if that was like a late minute deal or what the deal was there, but he didn't really have much time to promote the event. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot this was happening.
Sure. Do you think Hasbro was like, I don't think this Jordan Hembrow is resonating with the fan community as much as we hoped he would?
I really do wonder if it was like an 11th hour decision. We're like, get us Larson, get him on the phone, get him down here, fly him down here.
He's a man of the people. Get him in here.
He's a man. He's the most professional toy influencer in the world. I stand by that. We are nowhere near as professional, but that's not our goal. You know, obviously we were quietly campaigning to host Pulse Con. And, you know, I don't rule it out for future years. We have an established relationship with Mr. Stevie. Mr. Stevie, the third host, he was also there, putting his brand out there. I kind of wonder if Hasbro wanted to shy away from the Reluctant Adult Podcast because we are very heavily into the Power Rangers, as you can see my helmet's behind me. And Hasbro, despite owning the Power Rangers IP, it has no plans to do anything with it at this moment. They were not featured on PulseCon. They are not. The only thing they're promoting is stuff that other people are doing, like Super 7, and eventually Playmates will be putting out some Power Ranger stuff. But I do wonder if maybe if we were on the show, Hasbro, or the fans in the chat, the chat that they very bravely keep putting up on the screen, would be like, hey, it's the Power Ranger guys. Hey, what about Power Rangers? They're going to be a big Power Rangers reveal. You have the Power Rangers guys on the show. Mm-hmm. So maybe somebody thought that maybe that would be that. In my head, that's why we were not asked to host this year. So
gotcha.
Maybe next year we'll be in a different place. The world of collecting will be in a different place So maybe next year will be our year. 2025, the year that the Reluctant Adult Podcast hosts Pulse Con. And if we don't, we don't. But that's the goal. Put it on the vision board.
I'm going to manifest it.
Maybe another toy company wants to swoop in and sign us to an exclusive deal. Not Mattel. Who else is there? Jazzwares? I like those AEW figures. I got one right here. Here's CM Punk. Look, I love your toys. I know you can't make this character anymore, but that's fine. So that's fine. But the event did happen, and if you are a Star Wars, Marvel, or Transformers fan, there was plenty to talk about, and we are at least 2 of those. And G.I. Joe as well. There you go. We're at least 3 of those. So let's start. What would you say was the biggest news to come out of PulseCon?
I have I got to tell you, I didn't watch any of it.
You didn't watch any of it? Yeah.
Well,
I didn't watch any of it live. I was at work. What do you want from me?
Yeah. I think I
saw the tweets. People
that's what I saw.
Screen caps. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, you're aware.
I'm aware
of the stuff. I think what made the biggest impact on the toy internet were those Secret Wars Marvel Legends. I was seeing those everywhere.
Yeah.
The throwback packaging, brand new Wolverine with a smirk.
They did
no teeth.
They did a stop motion animation for one of the characters breaking out of the package. Yeah.
So was that created by Hasbro and then distributed to because I saw Entertainment Earth posted it, and I know Big Bad Toy Store has an in-house stop motion guy, so that's a thing now. Every company has their own stop motion guy.
So who knows? I mean, I know Hasbro
cool.
Pulse at least posted it on their Instagram feed. So
right, I do feel like it was made by. Let's talk about this for a second. Stop motion. I've always been fascinated with it. You go back to James and the Giant Peach. Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline.
Further than
well,
that.
sure. But I'm just thinking of what were the big things growing up? What would you say was the biggest claymation stop motion? As we were growing up, what made the biggest impact on you in that arena?
Clay Fighters and Jason.
Clay Fighters, but wasn't even really clay, or did they actually film every frame? Because that's how they did some video games back then, the WWF arcade game. There's footage of them actually filming the wrestlers.
And Mortal
every
Kombat
frame in the
famously
game
had that as well. The original
That's
one.
true. That's how they used to do it. They couldn't make digital models of people.
All the fatalities, all the people getting brutally murdered and then replaced. No, but I go back
Jurassic
to
Park
the
was
Harryhausen
almost stop
days.
motion.
It was almost stop motion.
Yeah,
but I go back to Jason and
messed
the
up.
Argonauts and
Sure.
Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and even going way back to King Kong. It's all stop motion.
Oh, that's true.
So,
that's good. True.
That's where I go
Chicken
to.
Run,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Right.
But here's the thing. They're using the actual toys. And you have shows like Robot Chicken that would use toys, but they would have to literally destroy the toys to make them into the puppets because they'd have to put wires in them. They would take the Mego bodies, break them apart, and put wires and clay on there. They're not breaking apart the Marvel Legends. They're not breaking apart the toys now. No. And I don't know if they're using computer software that helps smooth out the transitions, but it's friggin' uncanny. It's amazing how they make these toys move. You couldn't do it yourself in your hands and make it look that fluid.
I remember when they released the Origins line for He-Man, they had a small battle snippet, and then they had it behind the scenes, and the person who had created the animation did have to add a lot of wiring and rigging to make sure it would get the poses and everything.
They had
so there is a degree
of
of
back.
So there's a degree of modification.
We follow a guy on Instagram who will scan the toys, and then he creates these 3D models that he can then manipulate, and he does the animation that way. And it looks, again, fantastic. You can tell it's not real. Stop motion is one thing, and this is a completely separate thing. But what he's able to do is amazing too. But it seems like all of a sudden there are a bunch of people doing stop motion with action figures. So I don't know what did a school have a class and these are all graduates, or was there just a new software that came out that made it more possible? It just seems like all of a sudden, like I said, every company has their own stop motion person. Like NECA has a stop motion guy, and he does a lot of great work. And it's almost like we see it too often that I feel like we don't appreciate it as much, because it's like every day there's a new one. And stop motion takes a long time. Like these movies take years and years and years to animate. I don't know that it takes as long now, but still, I would not have the patience to do it, so I appreciate it. That's all to say, good stuff. Keep it going. Right. So that was promoting the Secret Wars. They had the figures bursting out of their packaging. Yeah. So we have the retro Secret Wars packaging. They've done the retro Toy Biz X-Men packaging, the Spider-Man packaging. Is there any other retro packaging that Hasbro can pay homage to, or is this it?
Have we gone to the... Was it when Kenner owned... Did Kenner own Marvel at one point? Did they distribute it?
I do believe
alongside...
Kenner did. Kenner did Superpowers, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, they did the DC.
Was it Toy... I'm thinking of Toy Biz. The very early Toy Biz with...
Well, who came before Toy Biz? Someone else was making them like immediately before.
I thought it was Kenner.
I do think it was Kenner. But were they called Superpowers? Or Secret Wars, excuse me. Superpowers was the DC.
Superpowers was DC.
Yeah.
There was a time, and it was right before X-Men really started hitting it big. And I'd have to look at the packaging.
It had like the Hulk, and they had the like the backpacks to make the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who was making those? I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't Kenner, because I'm putting in.
It had to have been Toy Biz at this point. So have they done those yet?
No,
they must have done something.
There was someone before Toy Biz.
Okay.
Mattel? No. Kenner, Marvel. I'll do Backpack Hulk. And I'll take out.
I'll do Backpack
Kenner.
Venom or Wolverine.
Oh, Venom. That's right.
Venom was one.
No, it just gives me actual. Marvel Sound. I can't find it. I can't. But we all know what we're talking about. Yeah, there were those. Then like Spider-Man had suction cups on his hands, all that crazy.
Yes, of course.
So I guess those, but I don't. I mean, I think it was like a gray, wasn't it? The packaging was gray.
It wasn't gray. Like, the character was like exploding out of like the gray was like a stone.
Right.
The character was exploding out of it.
So I guess they can still do that. Clearly not. There's not that nostalgia, at least from us, for that line.
I had all of them. No, I had all of them.
Well, of course we had them, but I think it's just like immediately after that, Toy Biz blew.
No, I can't think of anything else that's wildly. I mean, you have the sublines for like Spider-Man.
There's probably some other Toy Biz packaging, or like
stuff.
you know what they could do? They could do the Marvel Legends packaging, go back to the clamshells, and put a comic in there. Because with the superpowers, with the Secret War figures, they're getting the shield, the lenticular shield.
They are.
Which is very fun. Exciting. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're not getting Build-A-Figures anymore. We can throw us some stupid shit like that in there. Appreciate that. Throw us a bone. But I do like the look of these figures. I'm not familiar with Beyonder or Titania. I guess she was in the Hulk TV show.
Okay.
That was like the villain character. So that's nice that she's getting a little this set has four anchors. It has that Wolverine, the brown suit Wolverine, as black Spider-Man, black suit Spider-Man. It's got a classic looking Iron Man with a ton of fun stuff, and then another Captain America with a broken ass shield.
Right.
So if you need that for your collection, you're gonna be able to get that. I think it looks
perfect.
Good. This Captain America has two head portraits, and they were sculpted by Paul Harding, who does the majority of the good stuff these days. And he said that he sculpted them back when they were doing that toy or the Marvel Legends anniversary line, where they put out Captain America and Iron Man and Hulk that had like sort of the Marvel Legends nostalgia packaging. So these heads are 4 years old, but we haven't seen them yet. But they're just as good as anything that's coming out today, because the guy that sculpted them is the guy that's sculpting everything. They also had the final VHS 2-pack for the Spider-Man the Animated Series line.
Oh, I didn't know that was still going, but okay.
Well, this is it. This is the final one. So you get a normal Spider-Man, and he comes with a Peter Parker head And then another head that I want to say Flash Thompson, but I'm not 100%. But it's like another dude. So I don't know if in the cartoon did someone else wear the Spider-Man costume? Is that a thing that happened?
I think Flash Thompson like got a costume or like a Halloween costume style one, and it was just like a joke.
Gotcha.
I think.
Or they like dressed him up to like make it seem like he was like unconscious somewhere, and they dressed him up as Spider-Man.
Yeah. Maybe.
So that's just a fun extra in there, and he comes with who? Vulture?
Oh, is it Vulture? The animated series Vulture?
But like young Vulture, is that right? Yes.
Yeah.
Because Vulture, he's an old dude, right? Like
he was
that's
an older
the character.
dude. Yeah. Yes.
But he is somehow young. Like does he have like? He has like Rapunzel's hair or something. Like what keeps him young in this version?
I think there's some kind of ray that he gets zapped by.
There you go.
Yeah.
Give him a ray. Yeah. So the one thing that I've heard people complaining about, and 100% agree with this, the Spider-Man body is an old body, and it looks fine, except you might notice that the shoulders are a little too low, and then the collarbone, there's a little bit of a gap. So if you have his arms just down straight, it doesn't look great. Like it looks like it's broken. So and there's better bodies. I don't know why they didn't use the updated body.
I think
they just assumed
maybe they just assumed no one would ever open these boxes because they were.
But they're the VHS boxes. You gotta open them. You gotta make sure you didn't get some trash in there.
I miss those days when everyone was getting trash in there.
What a year. What a year. That was wild. It's still happening. If you order from Amazon, the odds of you getting trash instead of the actual figures is non-zero. There's a non-zero chance you're getting trash. But these are fun. Some of the VHS figures, not anything from Spider-Man, but some of the VHS figures have shown up at like Ross. Like I think I got Jean Grey from the X-Men set.
Yeah.
I think the 2-packs, some of them have shown up like on the clearance sales for Hasbro, but I don't think that this one will end up on clearance. I think people want that Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's almost as good as the single-carded retro card Spider-Man, but that one didn't have the alternate Peter Parker head. So if you want that, but you can't display it, so you might as well just customize the one you have. So that's what's going on there. Was there anything else Marvel? I know they had Kang. He was like one of the exclusives.
Yeah, they had Kang in his big ass chair.
What poor timing. You know Kang, the guy that's not going to be in the MCU anymore.
You know him. Kang.
He may be familiar.
The biggest thing.
We're pretending that character doesn't exist.
At least it's animated Kang. I mean, animated Kang never did anything to anybody, so that's okay.
Wow. I mean, he clearly is a bad guy. He must have done something. He's been portrayed as a bad guy. Kang. One of the things that they do with the Pulse Con is they have a giveaway, and they give away stuff that they make. And I just saw a tweet tonight, because I forgot to enter. So I went on there and entered. And I was like, wait a minute. Where's Galactus? Where's Unicron? Where's the Cobra Hiss? Apparently, some of the prizes are only available if you're a premium member.
Oh, interesting.
Which is such bullshit. Even if you are a premium member, do they include that as your perks? Like, oh, you get an exclusive chance to lose a contest.
That's some real shit, because I was asking myself that same question. I was like, oh, look, I can enter some stuff. And then I'm like, wait, where's half of it? What the hell?
Where's the good stuff?
Yeah.
So if you are not a premium member, you can enter to win this single G.I. Joe, this Kang, this Transformers thing. And I believe probably the best thing is the Razor Crest is in there.
The Razor
Crest,
nice.
Yes. That's the one that's
the bone. Nice. That's the bone they threw to us. Yeah. Non-premium members.
There's a Transformers script signed by the cast.
The
original? Well, that's something. That would go right to eBay. Sorry. How do you even display that? What do you even do with the script? Put it on your wall? You staple it to your wall? Sure, someone will appreciate that. It would not be me.
I'm sure.
All right, so enough of Marvel. Star Wars. Okay.
Star Wars.
Not every year, Once in a while, Hasbro will try again to do Farm Boy Luke. His look from A New Hope. Luke Skywalker in the classic tunic. The very first Black Series attempt at this had a soft good top, right? The tunic.
Yep, and has carried forward to every single what I want to say, reintroduction or anniversary set that they've put through.
Right. Did he come with
Greatest
the land
hits,
speeder?
everything.
I feel like did a figure come with a land speeder?
Yes.
I feel like I have that
he
version.
did.
It was
Yep.
like clearance at one point. So that was fine. It just never, I mean, you can't really do soft goods at that scale unless you're Mezco and have it look good. But like mass market, $20 figure, it's not going to look great. And it didn't look great. It's never looked great. So Hasbro this time, they went back to the sculpted tunic and they're putting out that figure along with Princess Leia. I think Leia looks great. You know, it's not a lot of articulation because, you know, maybe it's hidden under her costume, but that's just how it looks. Luke looks fine. I think the body is a big improvement, but why can't they nail the head? Other companies have been able to do it. What's the deal?
Good question. I don't know.
Get Paul Harding on this. He can do good human likenesses. They just can't capture that Mark Hamill, that 1970s Mark Hamill look. They just can't do it.
He must not even be available. Yeah, no, I'm just scrolling through the sales site. I'm not finding.
Are you on your phone doing it?
No, not at all.
Using your hand. Is your screen a touch screen?
Yeah, my screen on my computer is a touch screen.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought every time you do that, I thought you were like taking something off your phone. I was like, no.
I actually have a fancy portion of my computer.
That's right. I love touching my screens. I don't know why that's like a good thing. Like, I love having fingerprints on my screen.
No, so there must not have been a pre-order open for the Black Series. I was just looking to see if I could look at it.
I don't think a lot of this went up for pre-order. If any.
No, they did pre-order. They had Farm Boy Luke in the vintage collection, which
that's the other thing. Is it the same exact mold, just shrunk down?
That's a good question. I mean, I know they're running it because of the Cantina playset, so
that makes sense.
He was a pipeline reveal along with a Han Solo, a Chewbacca, and I think an Obi-Wan coming out.
I do want to say there is something about seeing a new Luke, a Farm Boy Luke. There is just something about it where it's like it takes me back to those POF 2 days where it's like a new dawn has dawned, a new day has dawned. It's like a new start.
What will this Luke?
What ventures will we take this Luke on? Yeah, there is something nice about it. So I'm hoping it looks good in person because I would like to add that character to my collection. I don't have a good, I'm just not happy with the current.
No, it's not. It's not a good likeness at all. And I mean, I think Luke. Black Series lends itself with like a lot of the newer molds. You can retire the older stuff because.
Oh yeah.
It just
there should be an exchange program where we send.
There
back
should
the
be
old
get a markdown or a discount, send it to a third world country.
Yeah. I guess you could give Goodwill. Maybe that's the trade back. Can I go trade it for something from Goodwill?
Goodwill this week for me was insane, but
in a good way?
Well, I sent you that photo of the trunk filled with all the Legos.
Oh, I don't even remember.
That's going to be a project.
Trunk of that's right. There's no rhyme or reason to them. It was just bricks.
No, there's a rhyme or reason, which is good. But I was thinking to myself, but prior to going up on this Goodwill run, that I had passed on a few bags of Legos 8 months ago. And it was before my kids started going to Goodwill and my mother and these trips to actually go for longer than 5 minutes, because I'd go and I'd pop in and then I'd leave, and that would be what it was. The kids would stay in the car, my mom would stay in the car, and I would just go in and then come out and shake my head and be like, nothing in there. But now everybody goes in there, and the Goodwill trip for us is a 40-minute, 50, sometimes an hour-long endeavor.
Oh, my God.
So
that air is not breathable for more than 10 minutes. You got to get in, you got to get out. All that old polyester is not going to do your lungs any favors.
No, very true. So I get in, so I'm driving up, and I'm like, man, that Lego thing, it was just on my mind. So we get in there, and I'm walking around at the Goodwill picks, and I find 6 bags of Lego sets and a tote of Lego, and someone just took their collection and broke it down as much as they could just to fit. So like things are still intact.
Oh, okay, great.
So like you can definitely see like a plane as a plane. There's some Jurassic Park sets. I think there's a Harry Potter set in there. I spent $10 a bag. Each bag probably is worth like anywhere between $80 to $100.
There you go.
So it's wild. It's great.
That
and then
around?
It's all, well, maybe because it's the Lego Friends, which is the girl-centric stuff. But my daughter loves it. So we're going to have a lot of fun rebuilding these sets.
You know, I feel like there is a market to start a company that just exclusively deals with buying Lego from Goodwill and reselling it. Because it would take time to break it down and see what you got.
Would.
But I see so much of it, and it's priced so fairly. My Goodwill used to have like an island made up of like the jewelry counters. There was just a middle section, and they removed that, and then they just put a smaller section over like in a corner. But they put stuff behind the counter there, so I'll see like Pops lined up. So I went and I looked over that, and there was a huge tote, like those totes that you put Christmas ornaments in, just ginormous, and it was just filled with Legos. And I'm just like, this is just money. Like if somebody could break it down, and I don't know if there's a market where like you sell brick by brick. I know some like single bricks or single pieces have value. But I don't know the other way. You sell it by the pound. But
I mean, I was at that Boy Scout yard sale, and there was a bin of like miscellaneous Lego, and there was just some dude picking through the pieces that he wanted. So I mean, there's definitely.
Imagine having that Rolodex in your head that you know every Lego piece that's valuable.
That's a skill set I don't need in my life right now.
Good for you if you have that. That's some Rain Man skill right there. Yeah, that would be a good movie script. The Lego Rain Man. So the other big news for Star Wars coming out of Hasbro Pulse is we saw this. It was leaked from China. We saw the body. We knew Prince Sizor, however you say it. You know who we're talking about. Shizor, that.
Yeah.
We saw him on display. It looks great. Looks fantastic. Apparently, in one of the write-ups in the text, it mentions Dash Rendar joining him as a figure. That's exciting. What's his ship called? The Outrunner?
The Outrider.
Outrider. We need that too. That's like a smaller ship. We could do that. So that's fun. Let's do a whole year of Shadows of the Empire. I want that.
Let's bring it back.
Chewbacca in disguise.
Gracious.
Luke in that red, not stormtrooper costume. Han just hiding out in carbonite the whole time. Just give us some blocks of carbonite. I don't care.
No, you have Luke Skywalker in his silly orange yellow vest that he wore.
Yes, that's it.
Terrific.
Oh my God, is Mara Jade in that?
No, it's Prince Shizor has a droid named Guri, who's like a lifelike automaton. So like, there's no, like you can't tell that she's a droid.
Is that a surprise? It's like every Alien movie. It's like he was a robot the whole time.
Oh my God!
No way.
What a
that
fantastic
first one though, when you find out Ash is a robot, that was a great.
Ash, the goddamn robot.
What a twist! Jesus, that movie is just excellent. Everything about that movie.
What a twist.
Except maybe the costume at the end, where he's floating out in space. That didn't look so good, but everything else, what can you do? Good. What can you do? The other thing is we're getting a wall, a Cantina wall, or just like a Tatooine wall.
I believe this is Streets of Tatooine.
Streets of Tatooine. This is the kind of stuff that you were making out of foam and doing some
back
figure
in 1999. Yeah.
It looks great. $60. You get 3 movable pieces. One of the pieces has a door that opens. You got some other junk. Comes with a cloth soft goods Jawa with a bunch of blasters. Very fun.
With the silliest card art. It's the worst Jawa outfit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I don't see it. Let me see.
It just looks like a sack of potatoes with 2 yellow eyes. It's great.
Is it a still from the movie?
It is a still from the movie, yeah.
Where is it? Because he's carded inside there?
What do you mean?
Or
Yeah, he's carded. Yeah, he's carded. Yeah,
okay.
no, the figure's
seeing...
carded. That's what they do with these.
There it is.
These diorama sets.
Oh,
they card
he's
an
like
exclusive figure.
he's all slouched on the ground.
Yeah,
his
he's great.
arms are way too visible.
Yeah,
I don't like that you can see so much of his arms. Oh, because what are they, like burn victims? They look terrible.
I don't know. They got very bad sunburns, so they have to wear those cloths. I don't know.
Are they feathery or furry? Did we learn that they're furry?
I don't think
it does look he has like porcupine quills or something. His eyes look really sad too. This is a funny picture they show.
It is. It's great.
It's very funny.
It's terrific.
That's good. His eyes just look like gold Christmas ornaments. Shining,
they do.
Shining,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Which I think
so.
That's
Streets of Tatooine, completely modular. But yeah, that's the thing with those sets. Like they made the bunker set, and it comes with an exclusive biker scout.
Oh,
but like those are the ones you were finding on clearance for like $10.
Oh, right.
Is that the Rebel Blockade Runner hallway and things like that?
Is this going to be sold everywhere?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's happening. Was there anything else from Star Wars? I know there was more, but like
nothing wild. We get the Armorer's helmet,
Black Series helmet for like helmet. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder how those are doing. I mean, they keep making them, so I guess pretty well. I got a few behind me, so I've supported.
They do good. They do great on clearance.
But they do a great on clearance, yeah.
They do great on clearance. Yeah, no, I think it was just a lot of actual physical copies of the pipeline reveals, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Someone was mad there were no new pipeline reveals. That was
well, and it just seemed like a very condensed Pulse Con. Like there wasn't a lot of meat on the whole thing.
Bizarre. And they even had like a pre-show that people are having trouble getting into. So maybe that was Repulse only. And then
maybe they should do Repulse Con next year, and you're just disgusted by the whole thing. Like you're like grossed out. Repulsed. You're like repulsed. Ugh.
You know, that's even better than Paul's Con. Repulsed Con is actually very funny.
We should just do.
Let's trademark that. Repulsed Con.
Repulse Con, and then it will just be a live feed of us being disgusted by the whole thing of Pulse Con.
It should be for the mega gross minis. It could be Repulse Con.
There we go.
Let's pitch that to Zuru. Hey Zuru, we got an idea for you.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, and then probably the biggest thing of the night was Transformers. So we'll talk about that when we get back. So we talked about last week, and very quickly from our word to the street, the Super 7 Deluxe figures are starting to pop up at Target. People have found Lion-O from the Thundercats, and initial impressions are, oh, hey, cool. Here's this thing that used to cost $55. Now I can get it for $30, $35, something like that at Target. That's cool. And then people looked a little closer and they're like, well, it looks a little soft. It doesn't actually look as good as the render. There's not a lot of paint applications. Is this even worth $35?
Oh my.
So it will be interesting to see how well these do. I remember, was it Mattel? Is it Mattel that does? Yeah, Mattel does Thundercats. They have that license.
Yeah.
But they've chosen not to really do much with it.
Right.
But there was a time when that new cartoon was coming out that they did stuff for the new cartoon, but they also did some retro figures. But they were like weird scales, like they were like 8 inches tall. They did Lion-O and maybe another character.
Mm-hmm.
And those were pretty good. I remember I think I still have them. And I don't know that the Super 7 figure is as good as those figures from 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, no.
Which is kind of like, what are we even doing here at this point? Like, I definitely appreciate Super 7 trying. And if this is the most that they can do for the money, for the value, then that's what the market will bear. But I wonder if people are going to like look and compare to the figures they already have, because people probably already own the ultimate Lion-O that they paid $55 for, and be like, is there $20 more in value in this ultimate than the deluxe?
Well, if the paint's already better, then sure.
Right, the paint.
Skip it on everything. It seems
paint
like
being a tricky a sticking point with mass market toys, especially. But I just think to the future, like if this deluxe line does well, we know Super 7 is doing those 2003 Ninja Turtles, which already are already skimping on the accessories. So it's like, I guess it's just the articulation that makes them ultimate at this point. So maybe they would dumb down the articulation and stick those in stores. Then I'm very split, because I don't know. I guess I'll have to see how the articulation is, because if it doesn't, because you can have a lot of articulation and it doesn't give the character a lot of movement, like if it's not engineered well. So hopefully that's not the case. But if it's like, I'd rather have these be $20 less and lose the double hinge elbows or double jointed elbows, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's sort of interesting now. It's like where are you willing to skimp to save money? Definitely the accessories. I'm definitely willing to give up these superfluous accessories to bring down the price. Packaging, get rid of all the boxes, put it in a friggin' plastic bag for all I care. Some of them I just want to play with. I don't care what the card looks like. But we'll see. I think they're also doing Godzilla and who else? Those wrappers. But I don't think the wrappers are going to be in Target. I could be wrong. I feel like that's not happening.
I
think Target's gonna stock Old Dirty Bastard on their shelves. They probably have the reaction figure, so they probably would.
Maybe they would.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't go to Target enough anymore.
You don't go to Target enough? You got to go to Target.
Maybe once every 2.5, 3 weeks.
That's not nearly enough.
But
you need your finger on the pulse of what's going on in there.
The rip pulse.
I need you in there at least once a day.
Once a day? That's too much. I can't.
No.
I can't.
Just a quick trip around the sun.
What if there's something in there that I want to buy and I don't want to buy it? Oh.
Well, why? If you want to buy it, why wouldn't you want to not buy it?
That's true. Why did I just say that?
Yeah, it doesn't make any
all
sense.
Good questions. No, it doesn't.
Doesn't make any sense at all. There's like two bills in your head being like, you don't want this, but yes, you do. Well, here it is. I'm going to buy it. Good for me. People are also complaining about the Conan head from Super 7 and how it doesn't look as good as the render. And I think that's just something we have to realize is the renders are always going to look better because they're not
renders
real.
Will always be the renders.
They're not printed. They're not, they're not painted. They're digitally perfect, and you're never going to get that in an actual toy. So always look at renders through the lens of this is better than anything that the actual toy is ever going to be. Like I was talking about those Nacelle, the Expanse figures. I was like, these are some great renders. There's zero chance the toys look as good as they do, as good as the renders, but they could still look good, but there's no way they're going to look as good. And they look pretty good. I mean, we haven't seen final product yet. But the prototype they showed off looked pretty good. I feel like
you and I were raised with that particular warning that it was not the final product and that things might change. Like that lives in my head all the time. Yeah. And I just I'm
subject to change.
Fact. Yeah.
Right. Product
colors or what was it? It was
objects in the mirror may appear larger than
it was toys shown in a fantasy setting. Some support might be needed. When they was like, I want this to do that.
That would be a great shirt. That would be a great shirt for like adults. Like some support may be needed. Like we need to adopt that slogan, work that into our merchandise that doesn't exist. Yeah. So I think it's almost like people are maybe these are new fans to Super 7 and they haven't been along for the ride. They don't know like the trials and tribulations that we've gone through with Super 7. Like us, Sweet Summer Child, you have no idea what we've gone through with Super 7. Like it's better than it used to be. We put in the work so that you reap the benefits.
Yeah, just go back and listen. You'll know all you need to know.
You have 254 episodes to catch up. Don't worry about it. I sent you several photos of these Transformers costumes.
What?
Do you remember this? Did you not see it?
How long ago was this? No, I didn't see this.
It was this week. If I send it to you now, can you
really?
look at it?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to send you this.
What?
So these are like the I don't know the word for it, but it's like a bodysuit.
Oh, it's a lady. Yes.
Right. So there's a lady, but there's like there's Bumblebee, and I guess these are based on the classic Transformer looks. It's not like Transformers 1. But I mean, they're horrifying. I think we just need to put that out there. Like, there's no way to make this look good.
Is it supposed to look sexy? Like your sexy Optimus? Seximus Prime?
Here, I just sent you the picture of Sexy Optimus, but this is the female Sexy Optimus. This is Seximus Prime.
Oh.
But didn't you say it looks like she has the COVID mask on? Because she has like the
COVIDimus.
From the neck to her nose, there's a sleeve, and then she has like a headdress that looks like Optimus's head. It's a choice. I don't know. I feel like you could only wear this ironically. Like, it's not like a good Transformers costume. People wouldn't.
No, it's not like one of those.
Oh wow, that's what a not horrifying.
Who are you? Is. Oh, you look. This is Seximus Prime and her buddy Shittimus Prime.
Oh damn!
You look like shit, sir.
That's too close to Shartimus Prime. Someone who already
it is.
Exists. The Megatron mask is the worst. I didn't see this before. Let me send this to you right now. Look at that. What is happening here? Just not great execution on the Megatron.
Doesn't want to.
Because it's like, a single suit and it's printed on, so it's all stretched.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it's like, the people that are gonna wear these are not. They're not. Their bodies don't look like Power Rangers. Like there's gonna be like bulges everywhere. It's gonna look real.
No one's wearing their dancer's belts with these.
You gotta wear the dancer's belt. Nobody wants to see your insert funny comment here.
What do your kids want to be for Halloween? Has it been discussed?
If previous years are any indication, it will change a million times before the actual. What do the kids want to be for Halloween right now? Do we have any idea? My son wants to be a dragon. My older child wants to be a dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess we have these. I got these the Jurassic Park, like the Velociraptor mask that opens its mouth when you do. And he's been having fun with that, so maybe there's something there. I don't know. What about your kids?
My oldest wants to be Cinema Roll from Hello Kitty and Friends.
I don't know. Cinema Roll? Like a movie cinnamon bun?
No, it's just like a little anime cartoon floating character.
I typed in Cinema Roll and it gave me Cinnamon Roll. It didn't even... How do you spell cinema? Not like movie?
Not like movie.
Oh, there it is. Wait. My Melody? I don't know.
My Melody's one of the characters. Well, my son just wants to be a ghost with 3 holes. That's his. That's how he describes it.
I can't. I'm not going to comment. I'm sorry.
No. Well, he just wants to be that traditional cloth over the head.
The Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that's all he wants to be. And it's like, that's great. That's so funny. Why do you exist?
Is your son trying to be ironic? Like what? Why?
Unintentionally so. I don't know. He's like, I want to be a ghost. That's it.
I don't know that you're allowed to be that anymore. I feel like it's anytime you bring a white sheet into the conversation, there's trouble.
No, they have a Target costume of one.
Oh well, if Target's doing
Target's okayed it. Yeah.
You know what I miss at Target, and they did it for a few years, and they never really sold well. So it's not surprising that they're not doing it. But they would have these foam head accessories. You know what I'm talking about? And they would just be like silly, like spirally hair snakes, or just they were made out of foam.
I remember. Yes,
like you cut up pool noodles, and I don't know. I liked them. They were fun to see every year, and I don't know if they've been gone for a few years, but I have fond memories.
The evolution of the Target Halloween section is always very interesting to look back at.
It should be studied. There should be a case study on the decline. Because it's declined, and I don't think maybe there are peaks and valleys, and maybe you can say that Lewis was a bright spot last year. I don't feel like they capitalized on the excitement over Lewis this year at all.
No, and have you
met
Lewis? Have you met Lewis yet?
The new Lewis,
the new Lewis. Yeah,
I've seen Lewis. Yes.
I don't believe he says the line that made him famous.
Well, we all know. We all know now, so they got to update they got to give you reason to buy a new one, buy a second Lewis.
They should make his wife, Lois. That would be better.
Do you think Lewis would marry Lois? I feel like
I don't know.
I would go out of my way to not marry. Like, I would never marry a Paula. And you would never marry, like, a Wilma. Will and Wilma? That would be terrible. But I guess, you don't control. You don't control.
No. It's like when the Taylors marry the Taylors.
Right. Well, that's disgusting that name even exists in that way.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
It is.
Speaking of Taylor, she endorsed Kamala Harris, so that's good. Just want to throw that out there. We may have an interview coming up with Dan Larson. He reached out and said that he would be willing to come on our show. I almost feel like now
that almost sounds like a birthday present.
It's funny. That's why I want to record next week. I almost feel like he messaged us by mistake.
Oh,
like just the way, because like what he said, I was like, I guess we did mention you. I don't know. But now with the whole Pulse Con thing, it's funny he would mention he would contact us right before Pulse Con, knowing that we were trying to be the host, and that he was the host. And kind of like rub it in our face, I guess. I don't know. But we in theory will interview him in the future, and he has not been one to shy away from politics in his feeds. He's very open about what he thinks, and I appreciate that. And we actually had someone comment on our Instagram to thank us for our interview with Greg, where we were very clear that we do not support the Republican candidate for president. We do not support, at least I do not. You can feel free to say something or nothing. And in the past, we've said some things that were maybe viewed as political, and people are like, hey, I'm just here for the toys. Like, I don't want to hear about your politics. This is an escape. Yeah. Well, sometimes we're in a point you can't hide from this. Okay, like it's coming up in 60 days. It'll be over, and hopefully things are fine. But for the next 60 days, you can't escape. You got to have this front and center. Let me know when you cast your vote, and then we'll stop talking about it. But until then, let's be very clear. we will not shy away from this. And
I just want to make sure Dan Larson registers to vote.
Please register to vote. Check that your vote, your registration is active. Some states are purging voter rolls, which is a very shitty thing to do. So make sure that you are actively able to vote. Know how to vote. Early vote if you can. You can track it. That's a great way to do it, especially if you are in Florida. But if we do talk to Dan Larson, you can be damn hell sure that we're going to talk some politics. So just a heads up, if you see that we have a bonus podcast with him prior to November, we are definitely going to get into that if he wants to, and I imagine that he will. So just a heads up about that. Beetlejuice. There it is. I love that in Community, the TV show, there was a long-running joke where the characters said Beetlejuice 3 times across many seasons, at least 3 seasons. And then that 3rd time, a character wearing the striped Beetlejuice costume walked by the window. Like, they conjured him. That was beautiful. You weren't aware of that? You didn't know that?
I kind of stopped watching Community.
Well, sure, I don't remember it happening. I've just seen people like with the
I know it was good. I know it was enjoyable. I know they really kind of I know like the first season I enjoyed. I liked how they flipped the love interest. That was cool.
Who did they flip?
Well, it was supposed to be like you thought that Joel McHale's character was going to like get together with the blonde.
Right.
But he gets together with Alison Brie's character. And you're like, what?
I don't remember that.
No.
That show is one of those shows where it started out as a very traditional sitcom.
Yeah.
And then became anything but.
There was like a paintball episode that was wild. It had Sawyer from Lost in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had
should rewatch that.
John Oliver before people knew who John Oliver was.
I'm going to watch that again. Let's see how far I can go.
Well, apparently they're doing a movie. 6 seasons of the movie. So you have some time. They're still trying to work out the logistics of that. Anyway, Beetlejuice. That movie came out, did really well. Maybe there'll be another one. We'll see. Now, the deluge of toys have begun. Like, NECA, they already jumped the gun. They had out those old re-release figures on that very sharp carding. But they announced they're doing a new Ultimate Beetlejuice, not in his iconic striped suit, in a different look, which has a lot of fans sort of asking why. Why would you do this? I mean, obviously, they'll get to the striped suit. But it's like, we wanted the striped suit.
What's the suit?
Why?
What's he in?
I think he's a cab driver looking. He's got the cab driver hat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, you sent me that photo, too, and I said, what's up with the eggs? And they were faceplates.
Because he comes with alternate heads, but the hair is swappable. Or maybe it is a faceplate. I feel like it's the whole head, and then just the hair comes off. Okay. Yeah, he comes with... he has 4 heads total. One has the cab driver hat stuck on there.
Yeah.
And then he comes like a newspaper and a lantern and a dead rat or a living rat. I don't know the context of that. But it's not an iconic look. I mean, I think I don't have my stopwatch out when I'm watching the movie, but people have said that he wears the striped suit for only a few minutes or like a couple scenes or something like that. So it's like that look was just chosen for all the marketing, but not necessarily like the most visible in the film. Anyway, that's happening. So you can get that Ultimate if you want. New look.
Yeah.
But then Mezco. They are doing their 112 collective Beetlejuice in his iconic striped suit. And it's a deluxe figure, which means it comes with a lot of unnecessary accessories to bump up the price.
Oh.
So I think it's like $155. I'm going to go on Entertainment Earth because I think they have it up for pre-order. It's not coming out until next year, so you have some time to save up. So it is a deluxe action figure, yes, $155, but he comes with a ton of stuff because the 112 collective figures, they come with a lot of stuff to begin with. 5 total heads, 12 total hands. So right there.
Too many hands.
Too many.
That scares the hell out of me.
Unless he has some like specific hand things he does, and they're not. It's like a fist and a slightly open hand.
Forget about the bin of Legos that you see at Goodwill. What's going to happen when you see the bin of hands?
They gotta have like something that holds the hands, like a tree, like a hand.
We've talked about the tree, the hand tree.
It's a great idea. There's just too many different peg holes. Like,
yes,
we couldn't do like a one size fits all.
Like that's what NECA needs to invest in this.
Well, they sell the head. They sell the floating head stand, so they just need to go the extra mile and do the hand.
We need a hand holder.
Someone hold my hands. And then there's a gravestone that lights up, looks cool. And then there's another head that's like the carousel head, which is very fun. I think is there a Kenner figure that replicates that?
There is. That's the striped suit version of that.
There you go. And then this is my favorite, but you only get it in the deluxe set. A shrunken head.
Oh,
so
very nice.
There's a 7th head that's a very tiny Beetlejuice head that you put in there.
Cute.
So it looks... Oh, and then the like go-go gadget arms that have mallets at the end.
Yes, those go with the that goes with the carousel
head. Yeah, so it's the whole picture there. So this will be a good figure if you don't mind spending $155 on it. But if you do, head on over to Entertainment Earth using our link. Maybe you can use a code TOYPOD, gets free shipping. You get free shipping anyway, but use our coupon and we get credit for you ordering it. There you go. Looks good. Yeah. If you're a Beetlejuice fan, and for 20 years you've been like, make some Beetlejuice toys, like, careful what you wish for, because all of a sudden there's a lot of Beetlejuice merch to buy. Got baby Beetlejuice.
You do.
Do you know what Funko Fusion is?
No.
Funko Fusion is a video game. It's sort of like the Lego video games. You know how they did like Lego Star Wars?
Yes.
Except you're a pop. You're a Funko Pop.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of different movie properties that all live inside the game.
Oh, so it's like Lego Dimensions, kind of.
Okay, that's right. I forgot that was a thing. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. So like a lot of the properties that Funko has, like Jaws, but then like not Star Wars, obviously. I don't think Ghostbusters.
Sure.
I don't think Ghostbusters is in there, but like a lot of different things. It's a fun thing. So the game came out this week, and I'm not gonna get it because it costs money, and it's like I asked somebody, is this like Fortnite you can play for free? And they're like, no, you have to pay like real money for it. I'm like, nope, no, thank you. But the other side of this is they're making Funko Pops based on how the characters look in the game. So like characters get like power-ups, and there's like different He-Man figures that look different. And I just wonder if this is going to do well. Like, I know that Funko has a fan base.
They do.
I just wonder if this is like enough for them, because it really seems like a stretch.
Is this like the opposite? This is like the exact opposite end as to why the Fortnite figures failed for Hasbro, because the video game fans didn't care. This is the inverse of it.
The inverse. The action figure fans don't care about the video game. Yes, that is a very apt analogy. Those need to live on the same. Well, we'll see. I don't know that that's the case.
Sure.
I don't know. But it's funny because then they're trying to make so it's like, did they make this video game so that they could just make more toys based on it? Like, I don't know where the money is going to be made here. I'm sure there's like things you pay for in the game.
On the digital pops, that's where it's going to go.
I don't know if they're doing
NFT
digital.
pops.
Like, I don't know if they're doing digital for this, because
who knows?
For the digital pops only work if it's something that people really want, and they've not established yet that people really want this. So we'll see. But I mostly know about this because I follow Jason Bischoff on Twitter at Toy Wonder. And Jason came from the world of Power Rangers, where he was very instrumental in keeping that series going. And they parted ways with him. It didn't seem like he wanted to leave, so I don't really know the story behind that. But he landed at Funko, and he's working his ass off to promote this Funko fusion. So for Jason's sake, I hope it does well. But I am not convinced that the world needs this or wants this. But we'll see, because it's very much like Lego Fusion, like you said, or no, Lego. What is it called?
Dimensions,
yes. Which is that still happening? That faded away.
No,
as well,
I think
right?
that stopped. Yeah.
It's sort of like the Disney Infinity. It's like this stuff never really lasts, but we'll see. Shaun of the Dead is in there, so like some real deep cuts, like that Funko has a license to. Like it's kind of fun. If there's like a property that you like, they're never gonna do like a Shaun of the Dead game. Oh, I guess you could, but I don't think they have. So if there's some properties that you would love to play a video game of, this may be the only way to do it. So there you go.
That's something.
Umbrella Academy is in here.
Ew.
But you play as a pop. You play as a pop figure running around a world.
Yeah,
which is fun. It's like it feels like Fortnite.
What you want to do with your pops, anyway. But okay,
I guess. Yeah, I mean the He-Man. There's cool. Is Jurassic Park is in there?
With that sunk, didn't it?
What?
Remember that He-Man game?
I remember there was like a app game.
Yeah,
there was like a real He-Man game, or like a figure game.
Remember, they were like childlike He-Man figures, but they were not figures. It was like a
it was a game.
He-Man? I don't know if it was. No, it was like you would purchase the NFT, or you would purchase the character, and then it could play in the world.
Yes. Did this ever happen? I don't know that this ever happened. Because here is an article from 2022. And then that's like the most recent thing. Yeah, I don't think this ever happened.
It's just like those brown He-Men. I think those happened. Do you remember those?
I think those happened too, but I've never seen anyone show one off.
No one's ever shown them off, though.
Cryptoys. That's what it is called.
Cryptoys.
Oh, it says Masters of the Universe Wave 1 drop has ended. So I guess they did it, but that's the last thing on the website.
Oh.
I don't know. I hate
when that's the last thing on the website.
They look just like Disney Infinity, like they're on little bases. Yeah. But they're very kid-like. It's very...
Yes.
I don't know that this worked. I don't know that this style was befitting. I don't
think it did.
They have like all different color versions. This is terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. All right. But then they have a Star Wars one that you can buy. Okay, I mean these are on here. There's a wave 3 of Masters, so this is a thing that's happening.
Oh,
but what the
all
hell
right.
do you buy? What costs $40?
Ooh,
we're not on the Crypt Toys Facebook page. I don't know what this is. Someone will have to explain this to us, but it apparently exists. It's definitely money laundering. It's definitely fake. So,
sure.
Buyer beware, please. We haven't heard a ton about the Simpsons figures recently.
No.
But big news, I found that Marge figure, the doll, at Walmart. They had 2 full boxes, and of the 2 boxes, there was 1 Marge. So maybe somebody grabbed the. No, I didn't. I feel like I need to get them in all, like if there's like a buy one get one or something.
Oh,
like
sure.
I'm not paying full price for these. They're not going to sell out. It's like that Walmart. It has an end cap full of the family room. Like that's definitely going to clearance. They over ordered that. They're not going to sell all those.
Everyone's going to love this. Yeah. I
not
finally
for that
found
price, pal.
Chief Wiggum.
Hey,
there he is.
Bake 'em away, toys.
Bake 'em away, toys.
You found that at Target?
Exciting. I found that at Target. Yeah, the restock.
They must have had a new restock because that was not in the first assortment. I saw. I guess they're kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I don't have them in front of me, so it's like I don't really like. I got them, I'm done collecting until the next one comes out, I guess.
Yeah,
but I guess that's how it is with everything.
It is. You need some
the
space
wheels
in
of
between these
consumption moving. I feel like there was more to say about that, but I guess there's not.
No,
we have to talk for at least a minute so I can make the TikTok about the Simpsons. Are you gonna get the deluxe figures?
Maybe if they're marked down.
Yeah, not full price though. I saw someone with the Homer and I thought it looked great.
Yeah,
but not for $25.
I like that he comes with like fences and the pool fun. And all that. It's fun stuff. But
I feel like these deluxe figures could be good, especially because they can put a little bit money into the accessories. Like start building up. I don't even know what, like the treehouse maybe. Like you could do a set of 4 and you build a treehouse.
Sure.
I think there's some they can be creative. Build a bar. Yeah. Have some good. If they like do some accessories that are like to scale, like the bar, the chairs, not that you could sit on the stool, but just like some real fun like world building. Like what they did with the World of Springfield with the little play sets, but have it be a little more interactive, like with more accessories. Like I'm thinking of like when Playmates or with Palisades Toys did the Chef's Kitchen. Like I want that level of accessories. I want every little thing to be movable and removable. So there you go. Jazzwares or Jack specific. I'll give you a little help there. McFarlane is doing UFC action figures, or not action figures. They're statues. They're nerd Hummels.
Oh, fun.
And I mentioned this, not so much that I care, but it's interesting to me that toy companies keep trying to make UFC toys when no one ever buys them. Ever. So the first UFC toys were back when Jack Specific was making WWE toys. And that made sense because they could share parts. Actually, I think they made all new bodies that were much more articulated than the wrestling figures. So I bought a couple of those because it was unique. And they had characters like Brock Lesnar. Like Brock Lesnar was in UFC at the time, and he wasn't in WWE. So that was cool. And like, honestly, those original Jack's UFC figures are very good because they were some of the first American toys to have the butterfly joint. So you got a ton of posability out of them. And those lasted for a little while, not as long as they probably anticipated. And then they went away. And then I'm sure there were some other companies that did something. But then Jazzwares, who was doing AEW, and then Jeremy Padower, who was with Jax at the time, so maybe he is the common denominator here. They did them, again, not the exact same molds as their AEW figures, but similar. That maybe lasted 2 waves. I don't know that I ever saw those in stores. I got one on clearance at GameStop just to check it out. But I don't feel like the UFC fans want to buy toys of these like legitimate fighting people. It's like they're not characters. They're just legitimately out there hurting other people. Like, I don't know if that's as fun to do.
I don't think that's as fun.
I don't know that that's as fun. Like, here, kid, act out your favorite bout where guy got a concussion and now he can't talk.
Well, I mean, there's money being bet on
weird.
that. I don't think there's money being bet on WWE figures. Like, that's a whole other thing too. It's like that's where the adults are spending their money. You think
but
so?
It's like
you
betting
think there's
on
like
what's
a
going to
betting
happen.
ring?
I mean, legitimately, there was at one point. Like, you could literally bet on professional wrestling, which is, I know it's
so
as
sad.
insane as it sounds. I think just because betting is the craziest thing ever and it's become way too prevalent, I think there's probably something, because they like do deals with DraftKings and stuff. So there absolutely is something going on.
Okay.
But I don't think the audience is there. So McFarlane, the latest company to try, and instead of doing articulated toys, they're doing statues that are action figure size. So like their movie line they're doing.
Yeah.
But they picked some like unique poses. Like they have a guy doing a high kick, so he's balancing on one foot. So we'll see how those do. I don't know. I just
sounds like
don't
sports
know.
picks from back in the day.
It's pretty much exactly what it is. It's sports.
That's what it
picks,
is.
yeah. But he's trying. He's trying his best.
Yeah.
Going back to Funko for a second. They're trying something new here, and they put out pictures of this new Futurama set. And I was like, why do Fry's eyes look like that? Why is he squinting? And what did you tell me?
That it was his suspicious face.
His suspicious face from the meme, where it's like his eyes like slowly narrow, but like as a single picture, they did not compute to me. And then again, the eyes are weird because they're black circles, and you don't usually see eyelids, so it was weird. But then apparently Funko doing an entire set of meme figures where it's like the SpongeBob, where it's like, well, I guess I gotta be going. And then there's another character that's like, I can't remember now. I should have pulled up the picture, but a whole set of different characters from different properties that represent their memes.
Okay.
So I guess that's, but you know what? There's already a company that does this. You know those other figures that they sell on Entertainment Earth that are like not Funko Pops, but they're like from specific memes, like the Stonks guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Funko kind of like stealing another company's idea with these, but I guess they got to try something.
You have to explain, at least with Funko, you have to explain like what it is. It's like, oh, that's the meme version, but it's in Funko.
Right. And then I've seen like there already are definitely SpongeBob meme toys. Like at Five Below, they have these little blind box, or not blind box, but like single figures. Because there's like a black and white SpongeBob. It looks like drawn. Like there's entire sets that are meme figures.
Do you feel like the meme collector that's gonna like transition over? Like they're gonna be like, oh,
is there a meme collector?
Physical version of this, but I'm a meme collector. Yeah, there has to be.
I think the idea here is to reach out to just like the general population that maybe uses this meme. It's like, oh, you use this meme a lot, I'm going to get you the physical version like as a gift. Like that's very funny.
Yeah.
Like maybe, I don't know. They're trying something. I appreciate it. Oh, here it is. Okay, this
Fair
is
enough.
What is this from?
See the Willy
this is
Wonka
from
one where he's just like this.
U2s are the meme toys.
U2s.
And they have everything. But they're really expensive, like $30. And they're just a little toy. They're just a little toy. I don't get it. They have Fry with like his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But they're like shrunk down, like cutified.
They're just running out of ideas. That's the problem.
They're running ideas.
They really are.
It's pretty much put a button on it. Yeah, they're running out.
They're going to be like,
here.
oh, the last vestige and ideas are going to start doing like presidents. They're like, all right, this is it. It's like the last.
They did president. They used to do presidents before.
Really?
Back before they did. Well, they did like current. Like there was a Bernie Sanders pop during that election.
No, I'm talking like William
Lincoln?
Henry Harrison. The Lincoln pop.
They should do a whole set of all the. You know what? They should brand them as Disney's Hall of Presidents and sell it as one giant set.
Oh, sure.
That's what they should do. They should do a box set of like 50 of the same character, but like slightly different, like it's being animated. So if you look at it really quick, it looks like animation. Or it spins. Put it in one of those things that spins, and you look through the little hole. There you go, Funko. Oh. There's a good idea for you. We just made you $1 million. Where's my check? So I just wanted to mention that. I thought that was funny. Target had a big clearance sale with like very specific items, though. It like wasn't whole lines. It was just like certain SKUs. Like
stuff
for G.I. Joe, they had that set that comes with the warthog.
Yeah, Naga hide.
Naga hide.
Yeah. So this.
Why does that sound like? What? Sounds like an indigenous name, Naga hide.
I think it's supposed to sound like rawhide, but
Naga hide definitely sounds like like somewhere near Nantucket. Naga hide,
pork belly, and yobo. But yeah, no, this was marked down from I think 45. It was down to 30. So that's
Naga
good.
Hide is a fabric. No, okay. No, Naga hide is American brand of artificial leather.
Oh.
Because I don't know why, but there you go.
Yeah, I don't know why either. You know what else was marked down? The Ghostbusters were marked down.
The like what are they called? I'm looking at them. The kid figures, like the not real Ghostbusters, but like for the
those were marked down as well. The freight features were marked down.
The retro figures, they were. Mine were. I missed this entire sale. I went on Friday and everything good was gone. All they had left were those not He-Man figures.
Yeah.
I missed the wrestling. The legends were cleared out. No G.I. Joe. I was really disappointed. At least you got that.
At least I got this. I didn't even notice what else was on sale, to be honest with you. I just wanted to get out of there.
We didn't talk about G.I. Joe from Pulse Con.
No, but that's okay.
They had a couple of really cool showings, though. Who was that character that comes with like that, like almost like a mini Exo Squad thing that fits on him?
Oh, Heavy Duty?
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, so they had Law and Order, they had Heavy Duty.
Yeah, another puppy.
Another puppy.
Here's my puppy from the last set. Yeah, I just want a whole collection of the dogs.
Oh yeah, you get
my dog
that.
pound.
Yeah,
these look great. Back. The dog back, dial tone with his little mustache.
Yeah, looks good. Yep, love it.
Who's this other?
They did like a Hall of Fame, but then they put the Vamp in there, and I thought they were going to re-release the Vamp, so I got excited, and then I haven't seen anything about it yet. So,
do you not have the Vamp?
I didn't order the Vamp. I regret it because people were ordering like 6 and 7 of them for some reason, for some ungodly reason. I don't know why.
Was this the was that a HasLab thing? The Vamp?
No, it was just a Pulse exclusive. I think.
Oh, that's weird. They did it as exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the G.I. Joes. I exclusively buy them on clearance. That is my policy with the G.I. Joe classified.
I definitely look for it unless I really, really want it, like that Once Upon a Man set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Once a Time a Man.
Well, you have Serpentor, too. You had to buy that.
I have Serpentor. Yeah. No, I think there was a time. I mean, there was a time with most things where it was like I bought it at full price. But now I feel like I won't buy anything unless it's on sale or clearanced.
That's the mark of a true adult collector. Oh, who else? You know who else has a dog? The what's his name? Road Pig. He comes with a puppy.
Oh,
I love the dog sets. Or is he Raptor? And then the dog is no, Road Pig is the character, and his dog is Ruckus. Raucous. Road Pig looks like a Fortnite character. The way his face is sculpted, absolutely, this was a reuse.
He's got like a helmet
for a Fortnite character. Absolutely, 100%. This was going to be a Fortnite figure, and then they were like, "Let's make it a G.I. Joe."
They'll never know.
They'll never know, and if they do, who cares? We'll deny. Finally tonight, unless I think of something else, Instagram has this thing where you can set up a subscription to your channel, and it really wants the creators to do this. So every day I would get a thing that said, "Hey, turn on subscription," and then your followers can pay you to subscribe. And I think it's ridiculous. If you do it, all the power in the world to you. If people are willing to give you money to look at your content, I think it's silly. But I was sick of seeing it. So I turned it on and I chose the highest amount because you can do like $5 a month or like all the way up to $20. So I did $20 a month. So for $20 a month, you can follow the Reluctant Adult Podcast subscription on Instagram, and you're supposed to put like exclusive content in there. Oh. So currently there's nothing. So I'm hoping no one subscribes and I don't have to do anything. But if someone does, I'm going to make some exclusive content. And the first thing I'm going to do
for that one person.
For that one, if you're the first person to follow us and you give us $20, you're getting exclusive content. But I'm like, what can I do for exclusive content? And the only thing that I can think of, because it's the internet, is I'm going to take pictures of my action figures' feet and I'm going to put them on there. And that's going to be what it is. So if you're really into action figures' feet, follow us, subscribe on Instagram for $20 a month. I think it like forced it to do like half price for the first 3 days or the first 3 people or something. But after that, $20 a month, you can't cancel. You're in there for life.
No way. God, that's worse than trying to get out of a gym membership.
You wouldn't want to cancel because then you'd miss out on all the action figure feet. So, get on there, help pay for my kids' college because they're way too smart. My kid is reading over his grade level, and I'm like, please don't be so smart that we have to put you up a grade and then you go to college faster because we can't afford it as is.
Slow down, you special child.
Slow down. Come on. All right, Bill, anything else for this big week?
No, I can't think of a thing.
Nothing. Can't think of a thing. Okay.
No.
All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say? We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
I still wanna be a toy.